Hey folks, welcome to another episode of Gamer Logic. This episode is going to cover my first attendance at Pinball Expo 2010, which was in Wheeling, Illinois. It started this Wednesday and it's going till Sunday. I went there today on Saturday, and let me tell you that it's probably one of the best gaming expos I've been to. It's pretty much all pinball machines with the exception of two machines that were there, Killer Instinct and Ultimate Mortal Kombat 3. But it was just a blast. So many different pinballs to play, from early 60s pinball machines to the most recent stuff from Stern like Avatar, Iron Man, Pinball 2000. All of this stuff was there, and just playing through it and seeing all these people play pinball was so much fun. And I gotta say, going to the event and playing these different pinball machines, I found a new one that I really like. So if my swinger machine blows up someday, I am going to replace it with a Bally Medusa. The game is another 4-player game, just tons of fun. It's got this neat third button where you got like a shield to actually bounce the ball back into the playing field if it does the bottom drain. Very cool. So I did capture some footage of it, but before I talk about that captured footage, I wanted to tell you guys about some of the actual pickups I got. And some of them I can't show you, unfortunately, because I already put them in the pinball machine. But we'll start with those first. My swinger machine and my black pyramid machine, the playfield glass had some scratches on it. The swinger machine wasn't too bad, but the black pyramid really had a lot of scratches on the glass, and I wanted to fix that. So I go to the event, and prior to going to the event, I contacted Marco Specialties, which is a huge pinball part retailer, asking if they'd have anything. And unfortunately, they emailed me back saying that they didn't. Last time they tried bringing in plain glass through the airport, didn't work so well. So I was kind of disappointed about that. But going to the event, somebody had playfield glass for 25 bucks. It was brand new, it looked great. I grabbed both of them. I've already put them in my machines. It just makes the machines look so much better. So the machines are that much more closer to being complete and looking pretty mint. So no more scratches on the black pyramid because it kind of distracts to it. Thing looks great. I picked up one of these little 25-year pinball. This is actually from 2009, but it was only like $3 to pick up, which is pretty cool. Pinball Expo, 25 years. I'm not a big fan of these knapsacks, but it was really handy to carry around, and actually put the video camera in when I was walking around. Very handy indeed. Kind of a just a special coin for the actual event itself, which it's just got, this is my lucky day, and it's got Pinball 25th Anniversary Expo. You know, it's funny, we're walking through the vendor hall, and my buddy Tony actually found a shirt from like 1985. And you could tell that it was just like from 1985 because it was faded. It was supposed to be a white polo. It had that nasty little faded color, yellowish color look to it. Two other things I picked up. Picked this up for $1 from some of the ex-Williams guys and ex-Midway guys, and this was Mortal Kombat, the comic book for the first game. This is actually what they were sending out to people as a promotional item for the arcade game. So it's really cheesy looking at it, but it's just kind of a cool collectible to have, and since I'm a big nut of Street Fighter comics, I figured I'd get that. Next up is Pinball Journal, which is pretty cool. And I went ahead and subscribed to that. My God, I cannot talk today. And it's a pretty cool magazine. Those of you who are familiar with Game Room magazine, it's kind of a similar layout. Very small magazine, but very cool. I'm into pinball, so I figured, hey, why not? Also got a calendar with that I already got put up. Next up, I got Pinball 101, which we saw a little bit of it up at the show, and it looked like it was pretty funny, but it looked pretty cool too. It talks about how to improve your flipper scores and stuff like that. $5, so I figured why not. Now, some of you who have watched my channel may have heard me talk about the movie Tilt, The Battle to Save Pinball. If you haven't, what this basically is it talks about Williams and Bally Midway, their last hope of trying to repair the pinball business with Pinball 2000, and unfortunately it failed for them. But it's a really good flick, and unfortunately, prior to picking this up today, I only saw it in download. Well, today I didn't actually have to worry about that. I picked this up, and it's a 2-disc set, which is really awesome. But another thing that's really awesome was George Gomez, kind of the inventor, one of the inventors of Pinball 2000, along with Pat Lawler and a couple other guys. was there. And I actually went up to him and asked if George Gomez could sign Tilt, the Battle to Save Pinball. And he smiled and said, "Oh, no problem, I'll sign that," because he was signing, you know, basic flyers and everything. When he saw this, he kind of smiled. So I finally got a copy of Tilt, the Battle to Save Pinball, and it's signed by George himself. So meeting him was kind of funny because I didn't have too much to say to him other than, you know, thanks for the great games, and Pinball 2000 was a really cool concept. It's a shame it didn't work out, but he's actually working in a town not too far away from mine, which is pretty interesting. So another cool thing. Of course, I picked up some pinballs, and I picked up a really cool special star pinball by a custom pinball maker, which is cool. And I saved one of my favorites for last. This is a Street Fighter II Championship Edition. And what this is actually Champion Edition. This is the Translite for the Street Fighter II pinball machine. Very, very cool. Picked this up for 15 bucks. I figured I can get a frame, a backlit frame, and put that up, and I could set that up in the game room, and it'll look fairly cool. So, very cool artwork there. A little cheesy on the front, but it's Street Fighter. I love it. Cool nonetheless. And finally, I did capture some footage of the event. I walked around the vendor booth, the game room and everything, caught some footage of people playing pinball and the pinballs themselves. Just a warning though, it is not in HD. I did not capture it with my flip video because I've learned from the Midwest Gaming Classic and the Anime Expo that because of the way the flips are made, they have no way to stabilize the image. So I used a cheaper camera. It's in widescreen, but it doesn't look as good. But the stabilization for the image is just much, much better. So I'm done talking for that. Pinball Expo was a great time, and I will definitely be going back to that next year and enjoy the footage of Pinball Expo 2010. Peace, guys.